Just playing in a tournament here. So let's see, there's not many opponents. Doesn't look like. Let's see the payouts. Number of entries, 66. Top 8 finish. Okay, so it looks like a community pod here, so gonna speculate a little bit. See if there's a raise. Pre-flop. This many opponents in the pot, somebody hit the pot pretty good, right? Like they could have two pair, they could have somebody has a pretty good draw. Anyways, so we got two folds, which was the primary objective. With this many opponents, if you do plan on bluffing or trying to win the pot, you have to almost certainly bet multiple pots. Or multiple streets, for me. Okay, so now down to one opponent. What does he do? What does the cowboy do? I'm gonna check it down. We could have king jack. He liked the jack, I knew that much. I guess I had time to predict. Next time I'll try to make a prediction. I guess yesterday I was making a video and I think I ended up deleting the video, but I made a challenge where, you know, within 4 attempts of predicting, you know, yesterday I was 0 for 1, but basically I'm gonna try to put my opponents on hands. And usually there's 3 scenarios, and at least, and so if I pick the first, if I'm right with my first guess, the first of 3, then I win the challenge. But if it's my second guess, I would need to get 2 second guesses. out of like 2 attempts where my second guess or better was right to win the challenge, or 4 third guess attempts out of 4 to win the challenge. Because you want to practice, right? Especially with play money, you want to always try to put your opponents on cards, right? This is high card, but somebody has a pair usually. There it is. Here's some action. So this guy might have the jack, and this one might have the king, and I guess there's the possibility where no, they don't have the 3. They don't have the 3. I don't believe. He had the 3, and this guy really didn't see. So. Okay, that's all right. That's just a little bit of insight for further speculation, basically. Now I got to see how this guy played his strong compared to weak hands, right? I don't know. Okay, that's how they played with strong hands. So now, how did they play weekend? As they were weak and became strong, right? So I got to see that transition against that opponent, right? That might be necessary to beat them later on. You never know, right? So you always want to try to do that. But when you're playing, you know, just try to put your opponents on cards and until you refine that skill. So I'm 0 for 1. I'll increase my likelihood of being accurate of more predictable scenarios. I do like Club WPT because you could get lots of tournament experience. Like they give you some chips if you just avoid the cash games. Because like when you go to the cash game, you could get up there fast. Like I was up to like 80,000, then I played in a 22,000 chip tournament, and I lost 34,000 at the cash table. And then you get dwindled down, right? Because it's play money, you can't cash out, right? So you just continuously play. But this app tries to sell chips, right? So no matter how well you play, they want you to buy chips. Most likely. Just watch how I lose. If I lose. Watch the last hand. So I want to try to eliminate a few opponents pre-flop to enhance my odds of winning the pot, right? So I got 2 people out. And then ideally I was hoping to connect there, like the fastball right down the center and then smash a home run, but that didn't happen. So I assisted this guy right here, quarter horses, to win the pot. It seems they may be a player that bets when they have it here, because they didn't bet until they had the 3 of a kind, right? So they most likely have the best hand. This guy, you never know, we haven't seen him yet, so he could have a winner. A board like that, when it goes deep like that to the river, usually there's somebody has a flush draw, especially if there's 2 or more opponents in the, like if you're playing in like two or more opponents against you. There's a higher likelihood that somebody has a flush draw. Like it's called a 4-card flush, and they people or street or like people love chasing those, right? So you got to punish those players, and you got to realize that mathematically it's not profitable to chase those ever, right? Like the only time you'd want to do that is if you get pot odds. But if you have a 4-card flush on the flop, there's 9 cards that make your hand. You're aware of 47 cards, or pardon me, you're aware of 5 cards. There's 47 cards you're not aware of, right? So, and only 9 cards out of the 47 will make you the flush, which is the strong hand, right? You might have a weak flush, right? So if you make a pair, it might be a weak pair. You're likely to lose to a higher pair or a higher 2 pair. Right, so if you're new to poker, just avoid playing suited cards unless they're high suited cards. Like they're called suited connectors when they're close together. Then you increase your likelihood of winning here. So I'm not streaming this. So basically, I have the 9 outs plus 4 gut shot outs, and he likely has. I'm gonna call here, but he likely has the ace. So I'm just gonna check here. So I need to improve. I want to see one more hand or one more card. Pardon me. One more card, and that was unfortunate. So he's probably gonna jam. He could have the jack. So he didn't improve. So he's now taking time. So he did virtually go all in. So he can't bust me. I just want to see what he has here. So really, I guess I got time. So I got the 9 outs for the spades. Then possibly 3 kings, 3 queens, 4 tens. Will I get lucky? So that's 10, 19 outs out of... So he did have... no, I didn't get lucky. He did have ace 9, it looked like. It's play money, right? I just wanted to show you that hand. Like the blinds are low enough now that I'll just switch strategies, but to just show that even though I had 19 outs there, well, I didn't really have 19 outs, but I could have looked at it like most people would, that I had 19 outs on the turn out of there was 46 cards that I was aware of, right? So 19 were good for me, and then 27 weren't, or 7. So 19, yeah, that's about right. 27. Okay, so let's see. He likely had the king. I'm gonna fold because too many callers. And my hand wasn't really a good drawing hand, right? Unless I hit the 8s or made a straight on the flop. Or 2 pair. I guess I gotta go for 420. That's my favorite weed number. Cannabis is legal in Canada, which is great. It created 140,000 jobs, and there's people that are in jail for possessing cannabis, which helps with cancer. And you know, when you see you have cancer, one of the problems with cancer is you have a hard time eating food, and so when you smoke cannabis, you get the munchies. So you're able to eat food, and it prevents nausea, so you're not puking up your food, right? So it probably enhances your survivability. And I even read somewhere recently, I don't know if it's true, you could search online all this, but to see that cannabis kills cancer cells. Okay, so I'm right back in the saddle now, so I'm gonna raise it. Well, I got some momentum. Got some momentum from winning a hand, so now I'm gonna try to seize the initiative. So I was the pre-flop raiser, so I'm going to continue to raise. Four folds, 3 folds. That's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. What does this guy do, Barbarossa? Yeah, that was rude. He might have the king. Let's see what transpires now on the river. Okay, so I think Barbarossa has the king. I'll go with that for my guess. Aces. So better than the king. 0 for 2. But both times I predicted the winning hand. The winning player, pardon me. I didn't predict the winning hand, but I predicted the winning player. So now that's a new challenge for the remaining 2 guesses. Do I predict the winning player? I guess that'll be a separate challenge. So now, since I'm 0 for 2 for predicting the hand, I'll see if I can predict the winning player with 4 chances. Based on how they play. And then I might parlay and make a guess for a hand specific guess for both challenges. So I have 2 remaining actual hand guesses and then 4 remaining. Well, for the rest of it, as long as I'm in the tournament, I'm going to keep on guessing and both ways, trying to refine the skill. I wasn't really paying attention to this hand. I was too busy just gleaming. But I would have went with this guy. did make a nice size bet, but I wasn't really paying attention to the sequence. There's a nice bet. You always got to be suspicious of that player's raise from that position, because he was he has the best position, defensive position for this particular hand. So any late position raise, you got to be suspicious. But they haven't made a move recently, so they could have a big hand, right? But if they were more active, then I would call bullshit right here. I call them if I had them covered. Like if I had any piece of that flop, I probably would have called if they were active. Like if they just played the last couple of hands beforehand, then I probably would have called there. Because that is how people do play this game too, right? I'm gonna check him You're heading out?
Yeah, just good.
Just hammer time or what?
That's all right.
So let's see. Okay. So I have 820. Okay, so I can risk this because I thought I had 620, so might as well drive up the pot. Nice. 4 callers. It looks like fantastic. Raise. Give me a raise, thank you. So who has the flush? It's looking like this guy might have the flush. But let's see if there's any more action before I refine. This looks like the backdoor flush or an ace. Backdoor flush. So my first choice. So, I won the hand predicting challenge. On my third guess. Or my third hand attempt. I guess is the best base on that. I got pretty much out the run with this here. Probably not going to get much better than this, and so it's kind of good. I won the challenge anyways, so hopefully I have the best hand. And so I need a 7. bunch of clubs. Well, now another 7. I guess I should have said a 7 without a king. Or, wow. Mom was good enough. Mom was good enough. So that was the end of the challenge. Oh, okay, wow. Nice. How did that work out? That was fantastic. That was probably a glitch on the site, but I did benefit that time. Hey, no, you didn't. Okay, so now I'm gonna have some now. Let's see if I can win the challenge with the best hand. This is the easier of the two, but I'll still try to see if I could make a fourth guess and be 2 for 2, or 2 for 4. Pardon me. Finish 2 for 2. This is can't. I'm hoping to hit, or so I'm gonna check or fold. Okay, so let's see. No, he called. Does he have the 6? He has 8 outs. Nice. Did they give him the pot instead of me? Okay, so that's all right. I still can't. Well, now I basically need to wait for a legitimate hand. Like, if you're at this point in the tournament, like with, ideally I could double or triple up with the next big hand I have, and then at that point, then I could start bluffing more. Like, seize them the initiative, right? Like, I just want to play hands, right? So I play, any 2 cards basically, and so I'm just in a hand, and then I just feel out the situation in the hand, and then based on how they bet, sometimes I take the hand away from them because, when you have skills where you flip something like that for a flush, right, like I did earlier, then that means that you could put people on hands, so I know how to pressure them. And if I was at the casino, I'd be like, hey, you have this hand, it's no good, and then make my move. Whatever was, but I guess I would want to call the exact hand just so I can intimidate the table, right? So even if he called and I was bluffing, it would still work out that as long as I didn't bust, I'd still intimidate the table because I put him on the exact hand, and right, so then they would be cautious of me after that point. Nice. This is a double up opportunity, but here's where really, I only have 8 outs that I'd be confident with the straight. So if I made a pair, I wouldn't be confident, so I have to fold, right? So some people look at it like I have 14 outs out of 47, right? So that's pretty much 1 in 3 chance, and it would have been for a chop pot. So I would have hit, or no, he would have had the redraw, so he could have. That shot straight flush draw, redraw after the straight. So I would have chopped it, but you don't want to make long term. When you're trying to develop, become a professional player, you want to make long term decisions, not short term impulse decisions, right? Every once in a while, it's like, well, hey, I don't think this guy has it or whatever, right? But at this point in my game, everything's pretty much strategy, unless I think. Unless I'm in a hurry to leave, or I just don't feel like playing anymore. Right? It's play money, right? So that's strange that I wasn't even touching my phone, and that's probably brain computer interface organized crime people. Because denying the fact that brain computer interface exists when organized crime employs it against people is how is that fruitful for denying reality? Right? Clearly, by not acknowledging technology, you would be denying reality, and that wouldn't be advantageous for mankind. If if you don't have the technological skill set and you're thinking that you're trying to base decisions based on your limited acumen, there needs to be judges and lawyers specifically that have computer degrees as well, computer science degrees, right? Because how else can they navigate like sure, there's technical expertise, but they could get bluffed or bullshitted in court, right? So a judge that had a computer science degree, or maybe knows about forensic accounting or what have you, then would be able to make the best, most sound decisions, because they'd they'd understand the current technical capabilities and see how sometimes these laws that they try to create, within minutes there's exploitation attempts, and long before the laws even passed, it's been a lot of money's already been siphoned out of these public work projects because of organized crime and brain computer interface. Our brain does exhibit some of the characteristics of an antenna, right? Like we hear sound, right? Those are sound waves. And we see the visual light spectrum, right? And our brain decodes this as images or sounds, right? So, in our internal voice is just a sound that's at a different frequency, right? So, they have a dog whistle, and a dog whistle, you blow a dog whistle, we can't hear it, but a dog can, and scientists are aware of that frequency. So as if they're not aware of the frequency of our internal voice and know how to implant thoughts. Since brain computer interface is 52 years old, it's been coined. The word was coined 52 years ago. And with robotics and prosthetics, a prosthetic limb basically is that uses neurons in your brain basically to be able to move it, could be connected to the internet, right? So if it could be connected to the internet, that means somebody else's neurons can move a human body like it's a prosthetic limb, right? So denying reality doesn't protect you; it makes you more vulnerable. So go to change.org. You could be a hero and be one. Be a hero. Sign the petition, make it go viral, and protect people. Brain-computer interface is not going to go away. It just violates human experiences. Because we're made up of water. Water conducts electricity, right? So, like, our brain's basically a motherboard. Why do you think we created a motherboard? Because we wanted to try to replicate our brain. And how sharp you are is basically your processing speed. Oh, and I lost another flip. Fantastic. You mean right after I just explain brain-computer interface in a very simplistic way? So go to change.org/you could be a hero, no spaces. And you heard this first from Myth Christian Eric Arnie Meyer.